The iPhone 17 series is still a few weeks away from launch, but the leaks keep coming in. And this time, the focus isn't on the phones themselves, but on something many of us don't think about until the last moment: the cases. According to a new report, Apple may be preparing an all-new line of cases called liquid silicone cases. These cases won't just look different. They may also bring a surprising new feature: built-in lanyard support. Now, this might sound like a small detail, but for Apple, it's actually a pretty big move. If you've been following Apple over the years, you know they don't often make dramatic changes to their case designs. For the longest time, they've kept things simple with leather cases, silicone cases, and more recently, the controversial FineWoven cases. But this new leak points towards something different, something that shows Apple may be rethinking how people use and carry their iPhones. The leak comes from a source named Majin Buu. If that name sounds familiar, it's because this leaker has a history of sharing information that turned out to be accurate. For example, they revealed details about iPadOS 26 before Apple officially announced it. Of course, like all leakers, they haven't been right every single time, but their track record is strong enough that this new rumor deserves attention. So what do these new liquid silicone cases actually look like? According to leaked images, which are set to be official samples, the cases have a smooth texture with a ripple pattern radiating out from the MagSafe charging area. If that design sounds familiar, it's because it looks very similar to the ripple cases from Cassetify. But Majin Buu insists these aren't knockoffs or third-party versions, they're real Apple designs. But here's where things get interesting. The biggest difference with these cases isn't just how they look, but what they can do. The leaked images show multiple cutouts at the bottom of the case, designed specifically for attaching a lanyard. Yes, a lanyard, the strap you can wear around your wrist or even your neck to keep your phone secure. Now, lanyards aren't a brand new idea in the phone accessory market. Many third-party brands have been adding lanyard support to their cases for years. Companies like Peak Design even built entire systems around straps and tethers, giving users flexible ways to carry their phones, but Apple has never officially added lanyard support to its iPhone cases. The only Apple products with lanyard features in the past were the AirPods Pro to charging case and, if you go back even further, the iPod Touch, which had a little loop for a wrist strap. So if this leak is accurate, Apple is finally stepping into this space themselves, and that's actually a pretty smart move. A lanyard may not sound like a life-changing feature, but for people who travel often, take lots of photos, or spend time in crowded places, it can be a huge help. Imagine walking through a busy city or hiking in the mountains. Knowing your iPhone is secured with a strap could save you from a costly accident. But the lanyard isn't the only rumored feature. These liquid silicone cases may also introduce something Apple is calling a liquid glass effect. While details are still unclear, the name suggests the cases will have a glossy, more premium-looking finish compared to the usual matte silicone. This could help the cases stand out from cheaper options on the market and give them a unique visual style. Interestingly, not all leaked samples look the same. Some show ripple textures on the back, while others appear smoother and more minimal. This suggests that Apple may be testing multiple designs or even preparing different versions of the liquid silicone case. But what's consistent in both designs is the presence of lanyard cutouts. That tells us lanyard support is likely the main highlight, not just an experimental idea. If Apple really does launch these new cases, it could mark a shift in strategy. For their accessories, for years, Apple's official cases have been nice in terms of quality, but they've often lacked the practicality that third-party options offer. Many users who wanted more functionality turned to other brands. By finally adding something useful like lanyard support, Apple might be addressing one of the biggest complaints about their cases. And let's not forget Apple's strong customer base. A lot of iPhone buyers prefer purchasing official Apple accessories even if they're more expensive, simply because they trust the quality and the perfect fit. Adding lanyard support could give those customers a practical reason to stick with Apple cases rather than going to third-party brands. So what does this mean for people planning to buy the iPhone 17? If you're someone who likes to keep your phone secure while traveling, hiking, or even just moving through busy environments, these new cases could make your life easier. You won't need to buy a bulky or expensive third-party option. Apple's own case might finally offer the utility you've been waiting for. Of course, all of this is still based on leaks. We'll have to wait until Apple's official announcement this fall to know for sure whether these liquid silicone cases are real, what they'll cost, and how many designs will be available. But if the leaks are true, this could be one of the most practical updates Apple has ever made to its iPhone accessories. At the end of the day, this change may not be as flashy as a brand new iPhone display or a next-level camera upgrade. But sometimes, it's the smaller, functional improvements that really improve the everyday experience. Apple adding lanyard support to its official cases may not sound revolutionary, but for many users, it could be a game changer.